The initiative is targeting neighborhoods with low immunization rates. You can learn about the clinic locations at the City of Toronto website. In other news, still in the city, Ontario's New Democrats want vaccinations to be mandatory for people entering the provincial legislature. Opposition House Leader Peggy Sadler wrote to her counterparts in other parties yesterday with her position. She says Queen's Park can't afford to send mixed messages about vaccine efficacy. Premier Doug Ford has said all PC caucus members and candidates must be vaccinated against the virus or through a medical exemption. In other news, it's a money memoir as opposed to a how-to. Actress-writer Monica Parker's book, Oops, I Forgot to Save Money, tells the story of how she turned things around after growing up with complete dysfunction around finances.
My mother was a survivor of the war and a single mother. My father was not in the picture for that long. And my mother worked really, really hard her whole life, and she had a very high-end career, but it was a career that was so labor-intensive. She was a couturier, fancy dressmaker, and she was always borrowing for Paul to pay Peter. I became an actress because I think I learned to do voices, to take these phone calls that would come along from these finance companies. And I would say, hello, no, you got the wrong number.
You can hear Libby Snyder's full interview with Monica Parker on the Zoomer Weekend Review tomorrow after the news at noon on our sister station, Zoomer Radio AM 740, also 96.7 FM downtown. Your classical FM sports, a soccer legend, has had a step back, not a setback, in his recovery from
Okay, so we're going to start off with a video of the Tier 9 French premium cruiser, the Carnot. So hopefully people enunciate that properly. Hopefully I enunciate that properly. So Tier 9 French cruiser, the Carnot. Any questions, just throw in chat, please.
Hello, good people of YouTube. Mountbatten here. And today we have the brand spanking new Tier 9 Premium French Super Cruiser, the Carnot, in port to review for you guys today. The Carnot is currently available for 220,000 coal, or you can buy it outright for cash for $77 if you so choose to do so. I do of course recommend getting this ship for coal, as it is of course free in that way. So today what we're going to do is we're going to go over the Carnot's quirks and features, go over her stats, and of course show you guys the build that I have been using on her for this review. But before we get into that, I of course want to thank the Patreons for this channel. As you guys know, I'm of course not a CC, which isn't a rare thing anymore. But I, of course, get no support from Wargaming, and I run this channel completely independent of them. So these guys' support is very, 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 very much so appreciated. And of course, you guys too, by simply watching the video. But if you want to support the channel in an additional way besides just watching the video, Patreon is the best place to do that. So again, huge shout out to those guys whose names are on stream or are on screen right now. And thank you guys for that. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at the car note. Now, this isn't a traditional first impressions review because I, of course, played the ship on stream last night. I picked her up when she became available. She is, of course, a coal ship. And we had quite an interesting time with her on stream. And I got a really, really good grasp on her playstyle and what she is during last night's stream. But I'm recording this right after stream, so you guys will, of course, get my genuine first impressions. And you guys will get to see one of my earlier games in her for the gameplay portion. But anyway, so let's go ahead and look at her armor. So 25mm bow, no half icebreaker bow or a wraparound icebreaker bow. It's just a big old honkin' 25mm slat. Upper belt is 30mm, which is quite nice because that means you can, well, only get overmatched by 18-inch guns if you have this angled properly. And of course, if you angle it properly, it will bounce, well, most of everything you see, except for, again, for the 18-inch guns, 457 and above. Aft-end plating is 25 as well, both on the stern and on deck. Mid-deck plating is 36mm of armor. Superstructure is 16mm of armor. Again, deck is 36. Turret face is 305. Turret side is 270. Turret roof is 150. Belt armor is 180mm. Same for the torpedo protection down there. And the side plating is 27 below the surface of the water. Now, the Citadel is quite interesting, not like the normal French Citadel. It is protected by turtleback, which this really surprised me at first when I first saw this armor profile. So the Citadel is below the water, if you take a look at it there, but it's also protected too. So this ship's really rough to Citadel. Even when you're, well, not when you're hard overturning, but unless you're hard overturning, the Citadel's nice and below the waterline, protected by that turtleback. So you have to be maneuvering really hard, or of course go through the deck to Citadel this ship. Alright, survivability hit points are 66,450, and she has 19% torpedo damage reduction. Her guns, she has 10 305mm guns. It would not be a French ship without some quadruple turrets, as you can see. So you have two sets that are triple barrels, and then you've got this one turret in the front, which has the patented French quadruple barrel design. Of course, the parameters are the same. 25-second reload time base, 30-second 180 time. Maximum dispersion at 18.6 kilometers of 204 meters. That's a bit of a yikes for a super cruiser. HE does a maximum damage of 4,250. That is, of course, if it's Citadel's the target. 25% chance of starting a fire in the target. And she has a base pin on her HE of 51mm, so no need for IFHE unless you, for some reason, want to really penetrate the Kremlin's deck. Secondary, AP, I almost forgot to talk about the AP. AP has a maximum shell damage of 8,700. Of course, that's when you Citadel. And AP has a velocity of 870 meters a second, a bit slower than the HE, which comes in at 905 meters a second. So, yeah. Secondary guns, you have 8 dual 100mm guns, a 3-second reload time, 5% chance starting a fire, a 1,400 maximum shell rating for HE shells, which they only fire HE, 17mm of pin, and an 8-kilometer range. Maybe some potential here for a secondary build if they ever bring back secondary skills, but that 17mm pin's kind of a deal breaker, because at tier 9, that's actually struggling to pin most DDs at tier 9. But the fire chance isn't that bad, along with the reload time on the guns. Then you have these boys, these 139mm guns, which you have 4 of them. You have 2 in the front, 2 in the back. And they have a 10-second reload time, 23mm pin, 8% chance starting a fire per shell, and an 8-kilometer range with a 10-second reload time. So I mean, again, there's some potential here for secondaries if they ever bring back the secondary skills, which they did mention a while ago, potentially bringing those back for cruisers. But with the pin, I don't know. But the fire chant isn't that bad. But we'll see. We'll see. Like I said, the main battery firing range base is 18.6 kilometers. AA has an AA rating of 80. It's got 13 single mount 20mm guns. Then it has exactly one dual 20mm gun, and then she has 48 glorious Bofors. So I'll just tell you this right now from my experience with the AA. It's not great, it's not terrible, it's kind of okay. Even has like the okay range of 5.8 kilometers too, so nothing to write home about in my opinion. Speed though, 34.5 kilometer base speed, that's without the flag. The thing's fast. The thing's really fast. 870 meter turning circle radius and a rudder shift time of 14.4 seconds. Concealment, 14.8 base by sea and 10.6 by air. All right, I need to show you her gimmicks. All right, so she only gets 3 hills base. She gets either engine boost, fighter, or spotter, and then you get hydro or DFAA. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and throw my build back on her that I was running tonight, and I'll meet you guys right back here. Alright, I have my build back on her, so hopping into my commander build real quick. I have a 19-point commander on her. I don't have a 21-point French commander yet. Jean will get here eventually. So, I run with, starting off, Last Stand, then pick up Consumable Enhancements, then Adrenaline Rush, Concealment, coming back up for Grease the Gears, Demolition Expert, Superintendent, then coming up here yet again for Gun Feeder, and I'm thinking I'll probably be going for Top Grade Gunner. I was kind of questioning that at the beginning of the night, but once I figured out her playstyle, Top Grade Gunner might actually be a pretty darn good choice to choose for her. Alright, equipment for the modules, I went with Main Armaments Mod 1, Damage Con 1, Aiming Systems Mod 1, Damage Con 2, Concealment, and then Gunfire Control System Mod 2. So why Damage Con and not Rudder like many other French cruisers would? Well, I would choose Rudder if this ship didn't have the battleship burn time, but it does. It's a super cruiser, so yeah. So I went with Damage Con there. Aiming Systems Mod 1 to rein in that dispersion, and then Gunfire Control System Mod 2 to get us out over 20 kilometers, something that a lot of super cruisers really do need at higher tier. Alright, for the consumables, I stuck with what I showed you guys earlier. This is what I was running throughout stream and what worked really well. I see no reason to take fighter or spotter on this thing when you can have a engine boost like this, which pushes you up and over 43 knots on a cruiser. So this is a huge part of the playstyle of the ship. And then hydroacoustic search. You could swap DFAA if you're having a bad time with cruisers, or if you're, say, in, I don't know what situation you'd be in competitively, unless they do matchmaking for clan battles or something, where it's tier 9 and tier 10, and you just know you're going to run to a CV. Sure, you could take DFAA, and it works well, but hydroacoustic search is much better, in my opinion, for spotting ships close, and of course torps too. Has a 5 kilometer range too, detects torps at 3.5 kilometers. It is active for 121 seconds. The engine boost is active for 3 minutes with the build and with flags on it, so that is quite nice. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and jump. Oh, concealment, forgot to show you guys the concealment. It's down to 12 kilometers now with the Concealment Expert on and the module. And just to show you guys too, the guns now have a 21.5 kilometer range and a 25-second 180 time. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead, hop into battle, play the battle footage. I'm going to give you guys my first impressions of the ship while that plays, so I'll meet you guys there. Hey guys, voiceover Mountbatten here. So, the Carno. This is a ship that, like I said in the port section, I did not hear a lot about. I didn't really know what to expect when I got my hands on this ship, and it was an interesting journey playing it on stream. When I first started the night out, I was trying to play it like a lot of other higher tier super cruisers, where you just sit in the back, throw HE, throw some AP at some broadsides, and go about your day. Doesn't really work like that, turns out. The ship's much better suited for mid to long-ish ranges, but it's not really great at long or very, very, very close in knife fighting ranges. One big thing that I feel like would have really made this ship a lot better is if it had torpedoes. It doesn't, and that really, really, in my opinion, degrades what could have been a really great close-in ship. Because, sure, you can push in. Your guns are definitely accurate enough to do some damage at close range, but you don't have any torpedoes. And other ships have torpedoes. So when you're going in on a ship that's equipped with torpedoes, you're taking a huge risk that, okay, if he torpedoes me, I can torpedo him, and we can get a trade at least. But no, you're really, really relying on your guns to really punch them and knock them out when you do that. So that really, really kind of is a buzzkill for me right there. But let's run through the ship real quick after playing it tonight. So, in terms of the armor was a pleasant surprise. Like I said in port, it's a mix of French and German armor. The turtleback definitely comes into play with trying to play the ship mid-range, like I shifted to about halfway through the stream. At the beginning, I was playing it at long range, and then I think about like the hour and a half mark, I started playing it more mid-ish range and using AP more rather than HE. And the armor is very nice when it comes to getting in there and trading blows with other cruisers or even battleships at some points. Again, just like what I say with the Germans and when I talk about the turtleback armor, at close range, it's great for that, but at long range, you're pretty chunky. As I'm sure you guys have seen, this ship has quite the freeboard around the midsection. So you're a big target, you're a chunky target at long range, so you definitely want to be kind of hugging in close for most of the match. The ship can perform at long range, but it's not optimum. At the start of the night, I was running around with HE at long range, running around the back with the speed boost on going 44 knots, and just, kind of trying to ruin everybody's day. And it was kind of okay, but the accuracy really isn't there at 21 kilometers. But still, in my mind at least, you need to keep that range on your ship because just the nature of higher tier matches, you have moments to where you really do need to be able to reach out past 20 kilometers and try to do something. It's just the nature of higher tier, so that's why I kept it on, as much as I would like to have swapped it out for the reload module. If the meta was a bit closer, I'd swap it out in a heartbeat. Now, talking about the meta, this is what handicaps the ship as well. The damage from fires is pretty nutty, of course, with these ships after the commander rework. You can't build into survivability, so you have a 60-second burn time, and you can only really crank that down with flags and the modules. A 60-second burn time on the Carnot with a 25mm bow, no icebreaker bow, and it's a huge target, means you're going to eat a lot of HE, and I sure did when playing this ship. So that's why I kept the damage con modules on too. Now, and I think they really should compromise with these super cruisers and maybe give them like a 40-second burn time or something between the burn time of the cruisers and the burn time of the battleships, rather than sticking them with the 60-second burn time, because it is freaking rough with these ships. Sure, they have the health of like tier 8 or 9 battleships, but the armor is just very squishy to most of the HE spewing ships at this tier. But anyway, so that's why I kept those modules on, and that's what's kind of handicapping it in one way, in my opinion. So, survivability-wise, the ship is pretty tough for going in close and trading AP blows, but unfortunately it does fall to what most ships fall to, HE spam. But it falls a little bit faster because of the thickness of its armor, of course. Now, the guns. The guns are an interesting point. So, 25-second reload time on 10 305mm guns. The norm for most tier 9 super cruisers is 9 305 to 310mm guns with around a 20-second reload time with pretty darn good accuracy. Well, the Carnot has one more gun than most of the tier 9 cruisers, 4 more guns than the Siegfried, but it has 5 more seconds for its reload and does not have super cruiser dispersion. It is quite funky if you're watching. Well, it's not really funky. It's quite wide, I should say. But it's also consistently wide. It's got quite the crazy horizontal dispersion. The vertical dispersion doesn't seem to be too bad. That one does throw me a curveball every now and then, at least when I was playing last night, but that one seemed kind of okay-ish, but the horizontal dispersion is pretty there if you're watching it. And that's not a terrible thing because, of course, you get your shells going in a line that's conveniently the length of a lot of Tier 9 cruisers. And it's consistent, too. Like I said a couple of videos ago, if you have consistent wonky or meh dispersion, that's actually quite good because you can get used to that as you play the ship. You know what way your shells are going to act, so you can prepare for that. And that's how I've gotten decent with GK over the years. I played so much GK, I just have a really good feeling for how her shells disperse. And the same can be said for any ship with consistently weird dispersion. So that's kind of okay for the Carno in terms of its dispersion. In my book, at least. Not a lot of people were saying it has terrible dispersion, but I was still hitting my targets. I would say terrible dispersion is when you can't hit anything. Like the old German battleship dispersion. Like old Gneisenau dispersion was terrible. The Carno dispersion isn't terrible. It's just okay in my book. And AP does definitely seem to be the way to go. I tried out HE spamming for the first part of the night because French cruiser. But no, it seems AP is definitely the way to go. But definitely hitting the superstructure and the weaker armored parts of the ship first. It doesn't have like the insane AP of the Soviet ships, like with their velocity and just the fuse time on and the unique fuse time on the not just the unique fuse time, the unique fuses on the Soviet ships. It doesn't have the super heavy AP of the American super cruisers either. So yeah, just aim for the weaker parts of the ship with the AP. You'll be chunking them for like 8 or 9k a salvo, especially if they have a lot of superstructure like the German battleships or the American battleships. You can make them pay pretty well with the Carno. Like I said, important. Nothing really to write home about. It's got an A rating of 81, which at tier 9 is kind of just I'm sure if you pop DFAA and you have an AA build, you can probably make the CV suffer a few times. But I ran into quite a few CVs and it just seemed like mediocre AA, but not letting the CV exactly walk straight through you either. Maneuverability is definitely the place where the Carnot shines. She's got a 43.7 knot top speed with a speed flag with that engine boost going. So that is quite the party when you're ripping and roaring at that speed. And again, if it had a bit better accuracy or better range, you could be partying in the back, flying around like a mad lad, just burning the world down like you can with the Henry. But this isn't a Henry, this is a Carnot, and sure, you can do that. You can do that. I did that the first half of the night. It did okay, but the latter half of the night, I was using the speed boost to really get an advantage on other ships that I was going into like a mid to close range fight with, because of course at close range too, still booking at 40 plus knots is quite hard for the enemy team to hit, and you have of course better acceleration deceleration too while you do this, so you can really throw off their torps even from close range. You can kind of pull the emergency brake by throwing your ship into reverse and really throw them a curveball when you're going into a fight, and then of course recover right after that too while the speed boost is still running. And with the module and flag and such, and I'm sorry, with the captain skill, I'm sure if you equip the module too, it'll be even longer. And the flag, you have a 3-minute runtime on this speed boost, which is quite nice. So that is definitely a highlight of the ship. Rudder feels a bit sluggish, but again, you could build into it. I wouldn't because of the current meta, but you could and get that down even better, and I'm sure you could be dancing around in the back just fine. Concealment, 12 kilometer concealment's quite nice, but it's not like super good like Zao concealment, but it's not 15 kilometers either. It's pretty decent, not great, not terrible, and that's what a lot of the ship is to me. It's in that range of not great, not terrible, but there's one or two things like the speed boost and the armor layout that do stand out to me, and that does give this ship quite a few unique and redeeming features, but the rest of it's just okay. Like that's literally what the rest of the ship is like. It's just okay. I do like how there's no like huge gimmick though. I mean, besides the speed boost, unlike a lot of the other ships that we've been getting at tier 9, the Napoli with the sap secondaries and the exhaust smoke, the Dutch cruiser lines, the airstrike gimmick and such. This is just a super cruiser with big guns, with a longer reload time that's set up for mid to longer-ish range, leaning more toward mid-range. If it had torpedoes, I think this would make the ship a lot better. The hydro's very useful, of course. Engine boost, like I've said, is very useful. If it had torpedoes, it would really, really, really be worth it in my opinion. But unfortunately, it's just okay in my mind. It's got its features, it's got its quirks, it's solid in a lot of places, but it's not really worth dumping 200,000 coal on right now. Like I said, there's no huge gimmicks with it except for the speed boost. So if you like a gimmick-free ship, you'd probably enjoy this ship. But I can't tell you to go drop 200,000 coal on this when the likes of the Napoli and the Pommern are around available for coal right now. Those are much better purchases with your coal in my mind. Now, yeah, if you've got the Pommern, you got the Napoli, and you're not really interested in any of the other ships, this one might be the one for you. It's a solid ship. It's okay, but it's not anything special in my mind either. It's a huge target. I mean, again, like, look at that freeboard on it, but it's okay. But again, I wouldn't tell you to go drop 200,000 coal on it right now. I'd wait a little while, you know, maybe see what's going to happen with ship removals. Pommern's been in the armory, it feels like forever now. It might be going away pretty soon. I'm not saying it is, but I'm just saying it's been there for a suspiciously long time and hasn't been removed yet. And it's a really well received ship. So I might hold on to my coal for that. I would definitely be holding on to my coal to see what happens with the incomparable or incomprehensible or whatever it's called, and see what that's coming out for before you drop a bunch of coal on this ship. So it's an okay ship. If you wind up getting it in like a super container during the anniversary event, I don't know if it's even in that yet, or if you wind up getting it down the road some way, I think it's an okay ship, but it's not worth going dump your coal on right now. I'd wait a while and see what happens with everything else first, guys. But again, an okay ship in my mind. Anyway, guys, that's my review of the Tier 9 Premium French Supercruiser, the Carnot. Oh, and again, of course, guys, get it for coal. Don't pay for this thing. It's a free ship. Get it for coal. Just wait. It's fine. It's definitely not worth $77. It's not. It is not. It's worth the coal.
Okay, so he says it's not worth the coal. Or, sorry, not worth the doubloons, but it's worth the coal. What do you guys think? Now, I do have the ship. And we are going to play a game in it. So we're going to take a break. So I'm going to take a smoke break, then come back, and then we'll go into battle in the Carnot, okay? Any questions, just throw it in chat, please. Okay, folks, listen, we've got an update coming. And this is I, Earl Grey. And he claims this game is incredible. So let's see what it is that he's doing here. Before we go into battle in the Carnot, let's watch this video. Let me know your response in chat. Let me know what you think, please.
If you wanted an objective review of naval art, you're in the wrong place. I am blown away by this game. It is absolutely incredible. We have here is it's just a model I've downloaded off Steam Workshop for the Warspite. It's not quite the Warspite. She's got some lumps and bumps in certain places, and the guns don't appear to be the correct ones. I'll swap them out later. Don't worry. We'll get in the designer in a little bit. I'm not going to give you a whole rundown of the designing system. But yeah, you can tinker with them. I've taken your advice in the sense I haven't started to build my own ship. I've just downloaded a couple of models from the Steam Workshop. I'm only an hour into this game, and I'm in love. Look at all the AA. How much AA can you fit on a ship? And it works as well. We'll get into that in a little bit. I'll show you how it all goes rat-a-tat-tat and actually shoots down planes. Yep, whilst I was dicking around, I did paint the turrets, messed around here. The aircraft, you'll notice, yes, USAF. That's the limitation of the models of the planes that are currently in the menu system. Perhaps with a bit more digging, I can add some historically accurate planes, perhaps. But this is essentially a hull that resembles the Warspite that I'm just using as like a test bed, and here is the hood. Yes. Again, let's just say it's a model that resembles the hood. Let's get into some of the profiles. You can see here the armor thickness. Now, that's not good enough. We're going to have to change this, aren't we? I feel like this game devalues the modelers of World of Warships because I can go in and I can change it how I want it to be. Here's that sort of menu system, the inventory. Here are the little blocks that you've got to play with. There you'll see a whole range of different bits and bobs, even underwater torpedo tubes. I'm actually messing around here looking for the armor thing, but that's a attribute you can change later. But this is a good illustration of the inventory system and what's available. You'll see like the different nations. We've even got decorative objects that you can add onto the deck, make it look a bit more accurate. Some stuff is tied to different nations. I'm sure there's a lot more content that can be added to this, and I just really am blown away. This is built in Unity, so you're not going to have the graphical fidelity that you might expect in Unreal, but it's lightweight, and it's just oh, whoops. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm doing here. Let's just delete that, maybe. Ooh. Yeah. Control Z that bad boy. Yep, undo. We were talking about armor, and of course, HMS Hoods. We just can't have her getting smashed by the Bismarck now, can we, boys? Let's have a look. How do we fiddle with this? There we go. And I reckon we can bump this up. Let's put it at that bit. Let's switch perhaps to the armor view. There we go. That's better. Oh yeah. These are the sort of refits that Hood needed. Yeah, let's whack the maximum armor on there. Surely we can add more. We need more armor. Maybe let's give her a Russian icebreaker bow. You know, we can't have any penetrating hits overmatching that bow. That's a step in the right direction. Let's turn it up a bit. Oh yes, 600 millimeters. That should protect the hood. Yep, all over here. Icebreaker. Yep, nothing getting through. Oh wait, not even there. There we go. That's fully decked out. She's going to be a beast. Literally impenetrable. Yep, she looks fine. Right, let's go to town. It was the deck that let the hood down, so we're going to remedy that right now. Bit fiddly. Yeah, get there. Right, how do I work the camera here? Yep, that's how early and fresh I am to the game. Oh, Yeah, we're missing a few parts, but we can fix it. This looks tricky. Let's cover the turrets. There we go. No citadels. Oh, we've got we've got an armored chain. No problem. But no, I'm thinking that's good. That's yeah, that's the refit she should have had before she met the hood. Let's test her out. Let's take her for a test drive. Maybe not against the hood, but let's just put her in a puddle and see how she floats. Come on, laptop. Here we go. Yes, looking great. Looking brilliant. That, She always was a bit low in the water. Well, yeah, she wasn't quite that low. Aha. Yeah. Well, she's definitely more stealthy and getting stealthier by the looks of things. Yeah, I mean, the gun systems kind of still work. They're a bit slow. Well, the horn still works. Not. Yeah, that was dying, I think. Aha. Well, maybe if we just go back to the designer's table, just iron out some of those kinks. You know, submarining. Just a little more work needed, I think. Right. Well, let's go back to Warspite, the good old girl. We've got her with a slightly historical, inaccurate guns, but still we'll pit her against Bismarck, see how well we do. Now, the world of Warshippers amongst you will notice that pretty much everything is familiar. The controls are the same, WASD, all that good stuff. The aiming is pretty similar in the sense you've got this binocular view, but it doesn't lock on, which I kind of like because, well, it's not tracking it. It's kind of more authentic in that regard. The armor system seems pretty similar. I don't know, maybe even the developer. Apparently this is a one-man band developer job. Maybe they played a bit of World of Warships because you'll see some familiar notifications of Citadel, armor penetration. It looks like there's some angling that you can do as well to deflect, mitigate incoming damage. You have modules that get destroyed. Those AA guns, you'll lose them, which, yeah, with high explosive and all that stuff, is completely understandable. You've even got Z to follow your shell traces. The reloading is a little bit not confusing so much, but you do have to pay attention. So your secondaries are sort of tied into your main battery, so they'll follow the aim as well. And then the reloading, if you look on the left hand side of the crosshair, you've got the ready, but it doesn't really say what's ready. That was the main battery artillery that fired off there, but it could be your secondaries. And you'll see a bit high, you'll see two connotations of what's reloading. So there's the left side, which generally indicates your main battery reload time, and then the other countdown is usually the faster reloading secondaries. We're getting some good hits on the Bismarck. Going back to what I said about Unity, you'll see obviously the Bismarck model isn't particularly it's not so much accurate, but isn't of high detail. Oh, double Citadel, take that, Kraut. There we go. The Jerry's getting a bit of a pasting now. I've lost barely any HP, probably thanks to my angling. And I think we're going to get some revenge here on the Busy Lizzie. Maybe next salvo we can get some penetrating shots. I haven't checked the Bismarck model. Maybe it's not modeled the same, like maybe those turtlebacks, or maybe these big-ass guns that have been strapped onto what represents the Warspite here are capable of overmatching the armor. So it really is a game. It's not a simulation, certainly not at this point. But oh my gosh, the smiles it's given me. And as I said, I've only had a few little exploratory adventures into this game. That looks like a good salvo. Ooh, might have deflected a couple. But I'm super impressed. Really can't recommend it enough. And I paid, I think, the equivalent of £4.59 for this game. A lot of you guys have asked me, what? How do you get such good prices? Well, those are Putin prices, my good my good man. So because I'm in the Russian region, I pay the Russian prices. which kind of lends me on to the fact that I'd like to be able to give more. There we go. Down she goes. Going back to what I was saying, I'd like to be able to support developers in in extra ways. Same with Valheim. So even if it was a cosmetic, like gold level supporter that I could buy. Woohoo! But yeah, I would happily pay more. Remember I said about those aircraft that were on the Warspite? They weren't actually historically accurate, but they were there. Well, these guys are functional. So if you press T when you go into the testing room, the training room, so to speak, where you hit waves of, it seems like aircraft mostly, you can actually control them. You can set your planes to launch and use them kind of like the RTS CV mode. So the premise here is, well, it seems to be in the test mode, you just come across waves of aircraft. That's what I found so far. I haven't seen any ships spawn in yet, but it's super impressive to see all your flak and AA go shooting off. I even had some fun firing off my main batteries to see if I could hit, but I think it was just coincidence if I happened to shoot down a plane at the same time. It starts off with fairy swordfish to begin with, and then it works its way up to things like the Douglas TBDs and even the B-25s come raining in. For this test, you'll notice I've switched out the Warspite's main batteries to the more representative Mark 1 381mm main batteries. This test mode is, I think, mainly to just test the anti-aircraft fire, but it's a lot of fun and super impressive. We'll get into even like the modules. You can check that view and see what damage you've taken. So the way I see it is, if you want to test the ship on ship action, then you can do so with the scenarios of dueling. So you can pick certain ships like we've seen with the Bismarck, and then if you want to test the anti-aircraft capability, then this is the wave mode that you can do it in. Essentially, you could just create like an AA platform. What I love about the game is just the possibilities are pretty much endless, or limited only by your imagination. My point here is I've driven the old Warspite as close to this airfield as possible. I've got my 2 scout aircraft hunting down. What have we got here? Yeah, we got these torpedo bombers and dive bombers. Everything's coming at me now. We've even got B-25s. So you see it gets progressively harder. I like the money noise when you shoot the aircraft down. So I'm thinking I'm pretty safe from torpedo bombers because I'm hugging the island here. And maybe I'm making it more difficult for the dive bombers. It's really quite difficult to see everything flying off and going around and all the sounds. The cinema mode when you press F2, that's super cool. There's a huge potential for content creation. I'm thinking iChase doing some stuff in this would be amazing to see. Oh, where did I get that torpedo from? And another one. How did they drop them that close? There's the modules that I was talking about. We can see what's damaged. Heard another torpedo. Oh, that's not looking good. Where are they? Ah, she bought the fire. Oh, they're coming through the island. Well, still, this might be a small indie dev that's made this, but I'm not going to be too harsh. There's another one coming through the island. I lost my train of thought there. But yeah, I'm thinking iChase with, he said he's studying naval architecture and shipbuilding. This would be perfect for him. And I'm sure Little White Mouse could spend countless hours in here tinkering with all the attributes and all the data. All of that being said, the game's not without its little quirks. For instance, I think because someone installed ballast tanks on the Warspite, I inadvertently pressed C when I was mashing buttons, which seems to be a pretty legitimate tactic to avoiding torpedoes. Who knew? It's probably not that good for your crew, but yeah, it's kind of like a scuttling maneuver, which can be reversed apparently. So whilst I avoided this wave of fairy swordfish just by pressing reverse, and obviously filling my ballast tanks with air again, my rear AA guns came online, and very slowly but surely the grand old lady was able to recover herself from the depths. make of that what you will. So whilst, yeah, as I said, the game allows you to let your imagination run wild, it also allows you to challenge physics, I guess. So I'm not going to claim that this game is absolutely perfect. Absolutely not. We know big games by big developers are also not perfect. If you want a game that's going to put a smile on your face, this is it. Absolutely. And I really can't thank you all for your recommendations enough. I am a kid in a candy shop. I'm going to have hours of fun, probably too many hours, given that I've got a wife, family, a job. I've got lots of things I should be doing, but this is what I want to be doing. I hope you enjoy it, guys. All the best. See you in the next one.
Okay, so what do you guys think of that? I don't know. The the graphics aren't all that great. But I think the graphics are very important. Maybe other people find not so much. So, another interesting thing I came across, we're getting a TX Black Friday ship. I have no idea what that's about. Let's check this out. Let me know what you think in the comments.
Hello, good people of YouTube. Mountbatten here. And today we have some interesting information coming out of the Daily Bounce. I will link to their website and this article in the description down below. Please go give this article a read and check out their website as a whole, because this is where this information is coming from. So, as you can tell by the title of today's video, the Black Friday ships, or the potential Black Friday ships for this year's Black Friday event, have been data mined. And the list is very, very peculiar and interesting to me. So if you don't know what Black Friday is, well, the Black Friday event in Warships coincides with, of course, Black Friday in real life, where a lot of stores, they start slashing their prices and trying to make money, hence going to the blacks, so therefore Black Friday. Now, in Warships for the past few years, what this involves is ships in-game, sometimes removed ships, sometimes ships that are still currently in-game, get black versions. A black version of a ship is quite literally that same ship, but with a B behind its name and a nice fancy black camo. Now, I have a few black ships. I have the Massachusetts black, and I have the Tirpitz black, and I think I have the Asasio black too. I've only actually purchased one of them, which was the Massachusetts. The Tirpitz one I believe I got in a container, same with the Asasio B as well. Now, the black camo is actually quite nice looking. On some of them, it is very, very, very nice. I really like the one on the Massachusetts as well. It's normally black and chrome. It's a very nice color contrast, and again, art department absolutely nails it here. But other than that, the ships are quite literally the exact same ships. All the stats are the same. Any changes done to one or applied to the other. So, for example, if they nerf or buff the Massachusetts Black gets that change as well. So, other than that, in terms of in-game performance, they are literally the same. So why would you ever buy a black ship? Well, if you missed out on a ship, sometimes those get brought back as black ships as well. For example, the Jean Bart. The Jean Bart was removed and then reintroduced in the Black Friday event, I believe last year. And the Jean Bart is a very good ship. She's a Richelieu up tier to tier 9 with more accurate guns, a better reload, better AA, and she gets the reload booster as well. So that is quite the combo for a tier 9 premium battleship. And last year I said, yeah, if you're going to buy a Black Friday ship, you might as well go ahead and buy the Jean Bart Black because it's a really good ship. And several of you did and have enjoyed it since then. Now, this year, it's looking like they aren't going with the removed ship route if this data mine is true and if this is the complete list of ships. Now, November is 2 months away, and Black Friday, I think, when this video comes out, I think it's literally like 2 months and a few days away from when this video will be coming out. So I don't think any of the ships listed here are going to get removed that fast. Normally when they do remove ships, especially quite a few of these ships are armory ships, so when they do remove these ships, they give us like 3 or 4 months early warning, so you have plenty of time to grind up resources if you wish to get these ships before they go. So let's go ahead and look at the list real quick, and if this is true, this is quite a peculiar list of Black Friday ships. So starting off, supposedly we are getting a Dunkirk Black. Now, Dunkirk is the Tier 6 premium French battleship that I like, but not a whole lot of other players like. She is... back in the day, she was quite potent. And still today, if her guns can connect, and if you're selling broadside to the Dunkirk, you will get slapped, because she's got that great French AP. They are small shells, they are 13-inch guns, but again, if you're showing broadside with the velocity of the French AP, it will hurt you, but I don't think there's a whole lot of, market for the Dunkirk right now. The Strasbourg came out of quite some time ago, and it was pretty, underwhelming according to the community. Again, I liked it, but I guess that's just because I like the Dunkirk, and Strasbourg, in my opinion, would have made much more sense. It's alright. The Loyang. Now, the Loyang, I do know, is a pretty solid DD. I don't have it, but it's a pretty solid DD from what I've heard from you DD mains, and she's getting a black version as well. Saipan Black, the Tier 6 American aircraft carrier. Now, the Saipan has Tier 10 planes at Tier 6, I believe. Yeah, Tier 6. So she is an interesting ship to play. Her whole thing is, again, Tier 10 planes at Tier 6, but she has very, 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 very few planes per tier, for her tier. So yeah, they're high tier planes, but losing just 1 or 2 of them really, really, really sucks. But she's a pretty good CB from my understanding. Pommern Black. So we have a Tier 9 Black ship, but it's Pommern. Now, Pommern's a fantastic ship, don't get me wrong, but you can get her for free through coal. And I would encourage you to do it that route if you do want to get Pommern. She's in a pretty good place right now with the secondary skills changing, and some of those ships that we've been getting introduced into the game have encouraged players to get a little bit closer. I'm not saying the whole meta has shifted or anything, but there's more ships out there now to encourage players to get closer, like the Dutch cruisers, and we'll be having the German battle cruisers coming out here, I believe, in another patch or two as well. But Pommern's a really great ship for knife fighting and brawling. Amazing secondaries, 12 15-inch guns, torpedoes. She's got just about every German gimmick bolted to her deck. But I'm not sure why they would release a currently released coal ship in a black version. Speaking of currently released coal ships in a black version, we have our last one, which is the Yoshino. So, a Tier 10 being outright sold. You normally get these ships by buying them outright or by buying the Black Friday containers. Now, during a Black Friday as well, they do normally offer Black Friday containers for completion of certain either daily objectives, combat missions, or what have you. So, you could potentially get one of these ships and a container for free. And like I said earlier, I did. That's how I got my Tirpitz Black. That's how I got my Sashio Black. Just got really lucky. And of course, sure, if you get one of these in a container, you get a random Yoshino or a Loyang or a Dunkirk for free. Sure, great. Free tier 6 or whatever premium ship. Free premium ship. Good thing, right? But selling tier 10s outright for cash, yet again, and my opinion on this hasn't really changed much at all. I mean, I'm against selling tier 10s for cash outright. I do believe you need to have a great deal of experience to play at tier 10, or well, any tier really. And my thing for buying premium ships is at least grind to that tier first before you buy a premium ship at that tier. That way you know kind of what to expect at that tier. Because sure, you might grind halfway up the line to tier 5 and think, okay, you know, I got this. It's time to buy like a tier 8 premium ship. Trust me, you don't got that. I was that person. I made that mistake. It was pain. I didn't know what I was doing. It just sucked for myself and for my team. So, of course, don't do that. But selling tier 10s outright. It started with the Arpiamato, and I think pretty much once that ship got out, everybody knew what was going to happen, and there's no real way of stopping it. You've opened the jar, you've let the worms out. There's no putting them back in at this point. So my opinion is, if it's a tier 10 ship they're selling, really not worth buying unless it's like the Missouri at tier 10 with its old economy put back into it. Even then, it's probably still too pricey in my opinion for a digital item. $138 is what the Napoli cost. And yeah, the Napoli is a great ship. I really like the Napoli. It's a really fun ship. But it's a digital item in a game. It isn't worth $138. And most people, when they ask, how many premiums should I get, I say just one good one or do you for your entire World Warships career. That's what I said with the Jean Bart B. It's a good enough premium ship with a good enough economy and good enough damage output that if you can just buy one premium ship, buy that one, and you'll be set for your entire World Warships career, because it's great at farming damage, great at, again, bringing in credits with its economy and everything like that. So there's no reason to go out and buy these ships, especially if you already have them. I mean, why would you buy two? I mean, I bought Missouri Black because it's pretty, but that's me. I can afford to do that because of the channel and such. But for the average Joe, I wouldn't recommend buying another one unless you just, it is your money at the end of the day, so you can do what you want with it. But, my suggestion is you already have one. Why get another one? There's no special economy attached to it. It's just a different looking ship with a different paint job on it. You can even take that paint job off, and it's literally the exact same model underneath the ship. But, again, that's the whole point of the black ship. So, well, that's one of the points of the black ship. The other point of the black ships, too, is that they're normally sold at a normally pretty decent discount for what you get with them. Unlike most premium ships where there's several bundles you can buy, for black ships, at least for the last couple of times, it's just been the ship and I think 10 or 12 point commander, and it's normally a couple thousand doubloons cheaper than the standard ship. But you're getting a 10-point commander too, which is, a pretty decent commander, starting point for a commander at least, versus a ship with no commander. And I think too in the black bundles, they normally throw in one or two other things where you are getting more than your money is worth. But again, it's not like they're 40% off. I think there's something along the lines of like 15 to 20-ish% off on average over the past couple of black events. So it is a pretty good deal. But I mean, if you can get the ship for free, like with the Palmer or with the Yoshino, why spend the money? Now, if you already have the ship, you do get a combat mission where you can take the black ship into battle, and I think it's like win like 5 games with it, and then you get 10,000 doubloons. They have that mission in there, so like if you already own the ship and you like buy some black containers and you get the ship, you get 10,000 doubloons back, either as a kind of a rebate for getting the same ship, or kind of you got the same ship, here's 10,000 dubs. If you want to, you can go roll them on a few more containers, or you can just keep the 10,000 dubs and go on about your day and use them for whatever in the game. And do remember that, guys, you can only get those missions done with the black ships. Let's not have a repeat of last year's Black Friday event. But before you go and throw money at buying a free coal ship, go figure, Wargaming can find a way to get people to spend money on a free ship. If you're dead set on spending money on this event, a much better decision would be to wait for the Alaska or the Jean Bart to see if those are coming out too, because if this Black Friday event follows previous Black Friday events, those two ships should be coming back. They normally bring back previous ships from previous Black Friday events to be sold outright for this event. And I mean, Alaska and Jean Bart, either of those two are way, way, way better than the Yoshino for sure. And you could probably honestly get both of them for the price of one Yoshino, depending upon how much they cut the prices this year for the Black Friday event. And that again, I'm not saying everyone go and buy the Jean Bart, the Alaska. I'm just saying, like, if you're dead set on spending money and there's nothing that I can tell you to stop you from doing that, it's a better financial decision to buy the Jean Bohr or the Alaska rather than the Yoshino. It's your money. Do what you want with it. If you're still upset with Wargaming for the way they've been behaving recently, which is entirely justifiable, then of course keep your wallet shut. It's the best way to make the guys at the top listen to what we as a player base have to say, since they don't, of course, ever talk to us, like I've been saying for the past month or so now. But that's what's potentially going on with the Black Friday event. Do keep in mind this is just, again, data mining. This could all change, but we should be seeing the devlog for the Black Friday event here pretty soon. Heck, if not today, because today is Thursday, and that's when the devlog normally gets updated. So we shall see if this data mining is true. Anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. Hope you're having a wonderful Thursday. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. We're moving on our way to 30,000 subscribers, and I cannot thank you guys enough for that. Again, hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Hope to catch you guys in the next one.
Okay, folks, we're just loading up the game so that we can play the Carnot. Okay, so we're in the main game screen right now. So we got a small container, collect the reward. Let's go to the port screen now. Already there. Let's see what we get for this container. What do we get? Let's check it out. Open container. Free XP, 750. We'll take that. Thank you very much. Okay, so we've got the Carnot right here in port. And this is what we're going to play. Let's see if there's any other flags we can throw on her. Yeah, let's throw that on. Let's throw that on. What's this one here? Shall we? I don't know. Yeah, let's throw it on there. Okay, let's go into battle. Let's see what happens here, folks. Okay, so this is the Tier 9 French cruiser, the Carnot, just came out. So we're going into a battle. Hopefully no aircraft carriers, but you never know. There's 3 in the queue, so there's a good chance we may end up with an aircraft carrier. We'll see. There's 4 in the queue now. So in all likelihood, that's what we're going to get, 5 in the queue. So let's see what happens. Do we get them? Do we get them? Let's see. It's kind of like playing the lottery. No CV at all. So no aircraft carrier. Now 1, 2, 3, 4 torpedo boats on each side. So that's DDs, torpedo boats. So we're going to go A on this map. We'll let our team know. And Bob's your uncle.
Action stations.
Now I've got HE loaded. Now one of the things that Mountbatten stated, he preferred AP. Now I've had a few games in there, did quite well actually, and that was with HE. Probably need to get the gun feeder skill on this captain in order to switch it quicker back and forth. Let's see what it takes. How long does it take? Yeah, 25 seconds to go back and forth. So definitely need the gun feeder skill on this captain. Where's this lion going? What's he doing? We need to get A, buddy. Okay, so we got 2 DDs, we got a Buffalo and an Iowa, and that's it on this side.
Enemy force sighted on the horizon. Enemy destroyer sighted. Enemy battleship sighted. Enemy cruiser sighted.
Torpedoes, dead ahead.
Enemy destroyer sighted.
ship is on fire! Engine boost activated.
Enemy battleship detected.
Problem solved, sir.
Enemy destroyer detected. Enemy battleship sighted.
Concentrating fire on the enemy warship. That's how it's done. Requesting support.
How does this guy get turned around like that? Now, I kind of like that this ship's right up my alley. Dispersion's not great on it. See, look at those shells. We got a hit on them that time.
Engine boost deactivated.
Okay, still early in the game. They're down 3, we're down 3, so it's still close. We got 2 out of 3 caps, which is good. Not too bad. There's the Georgia. Those hit. There's the Johan again.
Enemy battleship detected.
Let's try some AP on our next. Let's see what happens. Non-pens, torpedo protection. Checkerouts.
Enemy destroyer sighted. Enemy battleship sighted.
Enemy cruiser sunk.
Enemy destroyer detected.
Even though that guy disappeared, the Lepanto, it's he should be right on the mark, but we'll see what happens. Okay, yeah, we got a hit, nothing special. Okay, we're still holding 2 out of the 3 caps. They're ahead in the leaderboard. We're down 6. They're down 6 now. So we are ahead in the leaderboard now, which is good. There's the Lepanto. And we got a hit on him. Friggin' non-pens. Literally non-pens, folks. Were they cheek? Can you believe it? Unbelievable. Finally got something on that bugger. Okay, let's see what the Lion's doing here. See if we got a hit on this guy, got a fire on him. Now he disappeared. Sometimes the friggin' ballistics do weird stuff. Okay, they're ahead. Well, they got 5 ships to our 4. Okay, we got the 3 caps now. There's the Lion. Okay, let's hit our speed boost.
Engine boost activated. The ship is on fire. Problem solved, sir.
Lion got a half decent hit on us. Come on, guns. Come on. Give me a friggin' break.
Torpedoes dead ahead.
Whoa. The torpedoes. No, we ate a friggin' torpedo there.
We're hull below the waterline. We're flooding quickly.
Not good. Not good.
Problem solved, sir.
Come on. Where is this friggin' bugger?
The ship is on fire.
Our victory is in sight.
Problem solved, sir.
Enemy battleship destroyed.
Engine boost deactivated.
Premier International Dance Festival. It runs until October 29th with a dynamic season of in-person performances and digital events. Enjoy in-person outdoor shows and installations throughout Southern Ontario and original
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
free and ticketed programs in North.com. Next, the amazing Maria Callas, Casta Diva from the Vincenzo Bellini opera Norma.
Engine boost activated. Torpedoes direct front. Torpedoes direct front.
Ah, frick. Couldn't miss that one last torp. Who's left on that other team? 3 guys. Darwan Schultz or Z46 is still alive. He should be getting that A cap, but the Schultz is there. Couldn't make a hit on him, which is too bad. We'll see how it goes. Good game all the way around, though. Going right down to the wire. Schultz should take the Z46 out. He hasn't got much HP left. Whoops. It's going to be a tough one. Oh, they're ahead in points, so they're going to get the points. Not much you can do. Close game. We're going to lose, though, which is too bad, but what are you going to do? Not too much. Not too much, I tell you. Okay, defeat. Needed 90K for naval battles. Not going to get it this match. And that's all she wrote, folks. There you can check the credits out. What we ended up doing. Okay. So let me know what you think. That was a battle in the Carnot. We'll do another battle in it when I come back. We're going to take a break and then come back. So if you have any questions, just throw in chat, and talk to you soon. Okay, so we're gonna go back in the gunboat. The gunboat. The Carnot. So let's go into battle and let's see what happens, folks. Let's check our container first. Let's go to the live screen. Okay, we're going to take resources. I always take resources. If you've watched in the past, you'll know that. Let's see what we get here. Okay, a couple bags of coal and some flags. Let's go into battle. Let's see what happens. We're going right into the queue now. Any questions, just post in chat, please. Post in chat. Yep or doodle. Okay, we got an aircraft carrier on each side, but they're tier 8, so that's not too bad. How do our guns match up against the Alaska? It says even, but I don't know. We'll see. We will see. Okay. Let's look at the map. Okay, so we got to go A on this side. Let our team know. Okay, as soon as the timer goes down, let's see how long it takes to shift. 12, still takes a long time, 12 seconds. Not exactly the quickest. Okay, let's go back to HE now. 12 seconds, okay. We've got a half-decent hit pool on this ship. For a large cruiser, tier 9. But it should have torps. For some reason, I don't know why they don't have torps. You know, the French always had torps, so I'm not exactly sure why that's the case.
Enemy cruiser detected. Enemy battleship detected.
Come on. That's friggin'... The ballistics on this game have been really wacky lately. Don't understand it.
Enemy destroyer sighted. Enemy battleship sighted.
Got the Yami, I'm sure, firing at us. Yeah.
The ship is on fire. Problem solved, sir.
Enemy cruiser sighted. Enemy battleship detected.
Come on. There we go. Got a couple hits on the Schultz. I don't have radar. Got a hit in the Marceau. Let's hit the engine boost.
Engine boost activated.
Come on.
All stations.
Those shells should have hit.
Target.
Friggin' 900 millisecond velocity, those should have hit.
All forces, capture that area.
Nobody's down a ship. Okay, they're finally down a ship.
Stations, reporting the position of a strategic affirmative. All stations, concentrate fire on the target. Attention, reporting the target position.
Not enough time to switch to AP.
Enemy destroyer detected.
Switch it and see what happens.
Last Saturday of the summer with a high of 23. Right now it's 20 degrees Celsius.
Yamato took out the Akazuki. Not much we can do there.
Is reporting cases of COVID-19 today. 10 deaths going to coronavirus. Of these cases, 114 in the Montpellier region and 80 in North region. Health Minister Christine Elliott says 621 cases are not fully vaccinated or haven't undergone vaccination status.
It's going to be tough turning right here.
In other news, the city of Toronto is clearing homeless encampments and green landscaping parks this year. Homeless camps were cleared out over the past few months at Trinity Belmont Road, Alexandra Park, and Landmark Stadium Park.
Enemy battleship detected.
Engine boost deactivated.
Okay, we're down one, they're down two. Got no spotting on this flank. Oopsie, we're down two, they're down two.
Enemy cruiser sighted. Requesting assistance.
Got no spotting here, so it's going to be a little bit tough.
Enemy warship. Enemy battleship sighted.
$100 million in an election in the fourth wave because of himself. Canadians deserve better.
Come on.
They should vote better, vote conservative.
How does he friggin' disappear like that?
Splitting his time today between Saskatchewan and Ottawa. Amid this, the federal networks now say their candidate in the downtown Toronto riding of Swifty 44 won't be a member of the party's caucus if Roy is elected Monday after the star reveal. 12 minutes after a selfie.
Engine boost activated.
Political rivals demanded the Liberals take action, and the Liberal Party released a statement this morning to say that Kevin Long will no longer be a Liberal candidate. But voting has already
We're down 4 to their 2. What the hell happened? What the heck happened there, boys? Not too good. Over pen and ricochets on a Yamato broadside. Can you believe it? Unbelievable.
Enemy battleship detected. All stations reporting the position of a strategic target. All stations concentrate fire on the target. The ship is on fire. Problem solved, sir. Engine boost deactivated. The ship is on fire.
Ah, shoot. Eyes on the rail now, buddy.
Problem solved, sir. Concentrate fire on the enemy warship. Engine boost activated.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
Concentrate fire on designated target. Torpedoes to starboard.
Foundered.
Oh boy. Hopefully I got my start.
The enemy is about to win.
That was a good game. Well played. Well played. We're going to lose though. We got no caps. They got all three.
Well done, Commander.
Good game. We'll take it. We like it. Okay, so we're going to lose though. We've only got 0 caps. No caps whatsoever. But there is 3.5 minutes left, so we'll see. Any questions? Throw in chat, please.
Set a smoke screen.
So it looks like we're getting 1 cap, which that's all right. We'll take it if we can get it. But there's no way we're... Yeah, the game over. It's toast. Worth a try, though. Definitely worth a try. Let's see how we did overall.
Swifty cello in C finale there featured another great pianist named Howard Shelley.
To just over 90K in damage.
Solid gold classics, the best of the best from the new classical FM. I'm Bill Anderson. Glad you're with us, and do stay tuned later this hour.
Any questions, throw in chat. So we came in number 4 overall, which wasn't all that bad. I'm pretty sure I got my naval battle star. Let's double check that. Let's go to naval battles and see how we're doing here. Okay, well, the other team's ahead of us. Yeah, definitely got the naval battle. But it's quite a run here. The other team's CIS, that's going to be the Russian server, at 72, and we're at 65. Holy moly. What we going to do now? Okay, let's check our container out. See what we got here. Open sesame. What are these stupid friggin' tiles for? Like, come on. I hope you get something for it. Let's check that out. Whoa, hold on a sec. Duplicates 3. What am I purchasing? What am I using to purchase these things with? Like, come on. What a friggin' game. Too friggin' much. Too much con artist stuff. Just doesn't make sense there, Jimmy. Should I do the Carnot again? It's going to be tough to crack the nut, 110K. Especially the way weekends go, you never know. Could be a blowout, could not be. We'll see. Should I take that chance, or should I go Russian cruiser? Maybe we should go Russian cruiser, folks. Let's go Russian cruiser. Let's hope we got a half-decent team. Let's see what flags we can add. Okay, so the Tier 9 Kronstadt. Let's go back to port. Let's go into battle. So, Tier 9 Kronstadt now. I haven't played this ship much. One of my favorite cruisers. I love cruisers. And this is one of my go-to cruisers. It's a tricky ship to play. A lot of fun from my perspective. Let's look at the map. Not much help here. We got to go see though. Got no choice. See, folks.
General quarters.
We've been having a tough time, folks.
Enemy cruiser detected. Enemy battleship detected. Enemy cruiser detected.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
Enemy battleship detected. Enemy cruiser detected. Enemy battleship sighted.
spotter returning to ship. The ship is on fire! Problem solved, sir.
Enemy destroyer detected. Enemy battleship detected. Enemy destroyer sighted.
The enemy team has taken the lead.
Enemy battleship sighted. Enemy cruiser sighted. Enemy battleship detected. Enemy cruiser sighted. Enemy battleship detected. Enemy cruiser sighted.
I need help.
Enemy battleship detected.
The enemy is about to win.
Enemy cruiser detected. Enemy battleship detected. Enemy cruiser sighted. Enemy battleship detected. Enemy cruiser sighted.
I was lucky to get out of that flank alive, to be honest with you. We gave it a good try.
Seniors, and those with existing eye diseases or diabetes. The OAO tells Carver that they are willing to work around the clock on a long-term sustainable solution that puts patients first. They remain seated in the bargaining table directly across from the empty chairs that should be filled by the ministry. The government and the OAO must
Okie dokie.
let's keep up the pressure. Go to Save Eye Care dossier.
Okay, gonna take a smoke break, folks, and then we're coming right back. So freshen up, and we'll be back. Okay, so let's check out what containers we've got. What do we got here? What do we have here? 5. Well, it's not a bad flag. We'll take that. Okay, let's go back to port. Okay, let's do one more game in the Kronstadt. Let's see how she goes. How she go? Let's see. I think this might just be our last game for the day, or well, for the afternoon anyways, but we may play again later. We do have clan battles tonight, but we haven't been able to field a team. Not enough guys. Maybe tonight, yes. Uh-oh. Got CVs in the game. AA on this ship is lackluster at best. C60, not very good. So that's not boding well for us here. And this map, oh my. Okay, I'm gonna do a starboard flank just because of the map layout on this map.
Action stations.
Okay, so we're doing a starboard flank on this side. I better get into this friggin' circle. Oh, it's gonna be tight. Nothing really within range at this point, except for this Nevsky.
Enemy battleship sighted.
Concentrate fire on the designated target. All stations, reporting the position of a strategic target.
Enemy battleship detected.
See if we got a lucky shot there. This turret's up here. Come on, that should have hit the Buffalo. Give me a friggin' break, man.
Thank you.
Friggin' ricochets.
Enemy
That's it.
Enemy battleship detected.
Oh, he's toast.
Enemy cruiser detected.
I got hit in the Buffalo.
Requesting support.
Okay, Montana, good job, buddy.
All stations, reporting the position of a strategic target. Roger.
Enemy battleship sighted.
Oh, friggin' Auger took him out. Good job.
Proceed to the base.
Okay, they're down 3. We're not down any at this point, which is not too bad. Not too bad. So they're down 4 to our Zippo.
Requesting assistance.
That's cool. Not too bad, folks. Looking good for our team right now.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship. Stone the crows. Affirmative.
See if I can get a hit on this Alaska or anything. Not. It's not enough. Not within range.
The enemy is about to win.
Can't even get a shot in the Nevsky. What this Alaska? Ah, come on. Holy crap.
All stations requesting fire on the designated target. Affirmative.
Friggin' ricochets. What you going to do? Just not going to get the damage I need for this game, folks. Just not going to happen.
All forces proceed to the base. Spotter returning to ship.
A friggin' wonky friggin' dispersion there. Holy crap. No, we're behind on points.
The enemy is about to win.
battleship sighted. Enemy cruiser sighted.
Concentrate requesting assistance. That's how it's done.
Okay, they've only got 4 ships left.
Torpedoes to starboard.
That's it.
Our victory is in sight.
Roosevelt's all that's pretty much left. Plus, there's got to be a Montana. We got this game, but in no way I'm going to get the damage that I needed.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
Our team has taken the lead.
Okay, game over. Didn't get the naval battles, but got the win. We'll take the win. Thank you. Didn't do all that great. Just held up our flank, and that's about it. Not much we could do. Not too much we could do, folks.
1895's Reverie with violinist Daniel Hope and the Zurich Chamber Orchestra. All on Solid Gold Classics, our Saturday get-together with the best of the best.
We got a container. What did we get in our container? Let's see what we got, folks. What did we get? Free XP coal and some flags. That's all right. We'll take that for sure. For sure. Okay, folks, listen, thanks for watching. Maybe be back later on. Any questions or any comments, just throw in chat. We'll gladly answer all comers. Just want to let you know COVID-19 is not a hoax. Get a doctor's opinion as far as the vaccine. I've got 2 vaccines. It's worked out quite well that way. I wear a mask when I'm out shopping or anywhere I'm close to somebody I do not know, even people I do know. Very careful with respect to that, and everybody else should be as prudent. So take care, be good. Remember, Your health is priceless. Talk to you soon.